Hello friends! This video is the perfect video to follow our pull-up video and rotator cuff exercises from earlier this week. So, if you have time, do that one as your warm-up for this video. It's like we planned it or something. Wow! If you don't have time to do that one, please do at least a minimum of 10 minutes of active warm-up. So that's like jumping jacks, burpees, get your body moving. You could find one of my warm-up videos, those are great, but 10 minutes of moving around, getting your respiratory rate up, so that means that you're breathing a little bit heavily, you feel your body temperature come up, maybe you're sweating a little bit. That's how you know that you're ready for this. And you're going to want to focus on your shoulders and your upper back, so like doing some arm circles and that kind of stuff, because this video is all about shoulder and upper back stretching, which is why our video from earlier in the week is literally the perfect warm-up for this one. Okay, so you're nice and warm. Awesome job. You are going to need, I have a stool, you may need a chair. Something that is about chair height is what we're going to need. Doesn't need to have a back on it, just needs to be the correct height. We're going to use it to put our elbows and hands on. You are also going to need some blocks. We all know I love blocks. They're one of the best tools. I use them like nearly every single day, including on rest days, because I use them for like relaxing stuff too. They're like your best friend. So if you can invest in blocks, that's awesome. If you can't invest in blocks, use a stack of books. You can use like dictionaries, something like that. You just need something that is approximately this size, this shape. I like these ones because they're about the width of my shoulders. So shoulder width is where, you know where your collarbone attaches, there's like a bump on top of your shoulder, and there should be one on each side. So if you put your fingers on it, that's about shoulder width. And we're looking at the skeleton structure, not like the musculature, and not like your body weight. It doesn't play into it. We want like where our bones are to check shoulder distance. So if you are using a book, maybe check it out, take your hands, hold them up like this, see if you can like poke those bones and see how wide those are apart, because you want something that's approximately that width, and these just happen to be the perfect width for me. I think they'll probably be the perfect width for most of you. A yoga block is a pretty good standard size. Okay, with that said, the first one we're going to do is actually the stretch that we did at the end of the shoulder video, but we're going to do it on top of our chair/stool. So you're going to smush the block in between the heels of your hands and like the end of your forearm. So we don't want our fingers curled over it. We want our hands to be like little robot arms. And then we're going to put our elbows on top of our stool or chair. We're going to walk our knees back. And then you're going to think about like extending through your shoulders so that you're creating space in the joint capsule. And then when you exhale, you're going to think about reaching your armpits down. And I'm keeping my tail, like my tailbone, tucked under for this. So the stretch is really concentrated in my upper back and shoulders. And again, with each inhale, I'm thinking about reaching my elbows away and my tail away so that I'm creating more space in my body. And then I'm exhaling and sinking. And then I want you to just, on your third breath, just try and relax here for a moment. And we don't want to feel any pinching in the front of our shoulders. If you are feeling pinching, you might have gone a little bit too far, so you could back out of the stretch. Go to where you're feeling stuff, but not to where you're like feeling pain or unpleasant pinching. Take one more deep breath in. And then slowly come on out. So when you're doing these stretches, it's very important, one, that you take really deep, calm breaths. Two, that you move nice and slow. Don't like slam your body into the stretch and then come out in a big panic. That's been a hard one for me to learn. Go slow, take deep breaths, sit with whatever you're feeling. Because if you go in and out of the position calmly, and if you breathe calmly throughout, your body will start to learn that it isn't in danger, that this is an okay thing to happen to it. And then also, if you don't sit in the sensations that are not good, like tingling or sharp shooty pain, stuff like that, you'll avoid injuring yourself. Just try and stay away from those sensations. We're gonna get rid of our block for a moment, and the next one that we're gonna do is gonna be like, if this is my pointy elbow bone, I'm gonna put the edge of the chair like just underneath it on my forearm. My arms are going to be straight, and again they're shoulder distance apart, which we now know is the distance from one acromion process to the other. So that's like where your collarbone attaches up here on your shoulder. It's like that bone that pokes out, and it pokes out to different degrees on different people. You might have to smush your fingers around to find it. But it's like that bony protrusion right on top of your shoulder. So, just underneath the pointy elbow bits on the edge of the stool, again, we're pulling the tummy in, we're making the back nice and straight. Deep breath in and reach out through the shoulders. Exhale and sink the armpits. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. And we want to keep our head in line with our arms. We don't want to let it drop down here. So in line with your arms, or if you want, you could look up towards your hands, whichever makes you happy. Take one more deep breath in here. And then come on out. And shake it out. Now if you do feel any tingling down your arms, I want you to come out of the stretch right away. Shake it out, get rid of the tingling, and then you can re-enter the stretch. Tingling is a sign that the main nerve supplying your arm is getting pinched somewhere. So that could mean that you're not reaching out enough, you're not creating enough space in the joint, or it could mean that your muscles are so tight that it's going to take a little while for them to open up. So coming out of that stretch and then going back in when the tingling has subsided is going to be a way to help your body kind of release and open up. But if you just sit there pinching your nerve, your body's going to be like, oh no, terrible things are happening, and it's going to tense up to try and protect itself. And we don't want it. We want it to feel safe and loose and happy. Okay, we're going to stretch our pec muscles next. So this is my current favorite pec stretch. I really like it. We're going to make a cactus arm. We're going to want elbow in line with shoulder, hand in line with elbow. And we're going to put it on top of the seat of your chair, or in my case, stool. I'm going to bend my other arm. So for me, I'm stretching my right arm. I'm going to bend my left arm. I'm going to try and bring my right shoulder down towards the ground. And I'm going to try and turn and look away. And I'm going to inhale and kind of think about this time, instead of making space upwards in this direction, I'm thinking about reaching my elbow away from me. Like I'm trying to decompress my shoulder joint. It's like a really small, almost imperceptible movement of your arm bone out. And you like, it's like Imagine there's someone like with a suction cup on your elbow, pulling it away from your body so that you're really creating the space in that joint to go deeper into the stretch. And as always, please listen to your body. If it doesn't feel right, come out, stop, reset. And we're taking at least 5 deep breaths if we can in any one stretch. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we just did elbow in line with the shoulder. We're going to move the elbow up about this much so that we're on kind of a 45-degree angle. We're going to stretch again in that position. And again, I'm using my inhale to reset my alignment. And with my exhale, I'm stretching deeper. And then come on out, and let's switch over to the other side. Okay, so again, the first one is elbow in line with shoulder, wrist in line with elbow, like a little cactus. And again, I'm kind of creating space and turning away and using my exhale to go into the stretch. Inhale, create space. Exhale, stretch. And then come on out, and we'll move that arm up to a 45-degree angle. And again, like with my upper back stretches, I'm keeping my head kind of in line with my spine. I'm not letting my forehead drop towards the ground. I am, however, turning and looking away to help create space in the front of my shoulder. Come on out of that one. And we're gonna do the next one with our chair in front of us again. You can shake it out for a second. This time, we're gonna put our hands on the chair. You can do this 2 ways. You can do this with your palms pointing down or with your palms pointing towards one another. Either way, we do want our arms to be shoulder width apart. And a good rule is that if your thumbs are 1 inch apart, your hands are approximately shoulder width apart. You can test that by like bringing your hands up like this and awkwardly feeling for that bump thingy, and then looking at how wide apart your thumbs are when you've stuck your middle finger on your bump on the top of your shoulders. However, not everyone's wrists do that, so you just pay attention to how wide your bump thingies are or measure the width, and you can use tape to mark it on your chair, and then your middle finger needs to line up with it. We just want like approximate shoulder distance. Yes. Okay. Let's go over here. So hands are approximate shoulder distance apart. Walk the knees back, and I'm starting from like a kind of rounded spine. I'm starting from like an angry cat. Really reaching my shoulders long, reaching them out of the shoulder socket. And then with my exhale, I'm gonna keep the angry tailbone and I'm gonna sink my armpits. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, sink. Yes, angry tailbone, because that makes sense. Tuck your butt under is what I'm getting at. And then if you feel good, you can start to let your tailbone reach up. Remember that we haven't done a lot of warm up for our spines, so we don't want to stress them out. So don't go too far if you're not ready. Come out when you're ready. And I kind of like to wiggle my rib cage from side to side in that last stretch. Kind of help stretch out through the side of my body too, which feels pretty nice, so you could give that a try. The last stretch that we're going to do is for across the front of our shoulders here. We're going to do that one laying down on the ground, so you can get your chair out of the way. And then we're gonna lay down on our tummies. Now, danger. Okay. Don't kick your mirror. Bad things happen when you kick your mirror. Stay. However, you should have a mirror. Mirrors are great for checking alignment, just not for kicking with your feet. Okay. So, we're laying down on our tummy. Let's try this again. Let's not destroy things this time. I'm gonna go on a diagonal so you can kind of see what's happening. So, I'm gonna lift myself up a little bit, then I'm gonna take one arm and I'm gonna reach it through on a 45-degree angle. So, it's not right in line with my shoulder. It's like somewhere a little bit higher than that. And then I'm just gonna lay back down on top of it. You're going to keep both of your armpits pointing down towards the ground. And you're just going to relax here and take some nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, lift yourself up and we'll switch over to the other side. So again, arm reaches under at about a 45-degree angle. Keep both armpits pointing down towards the ground and just chill. Lay down, smush your arm. And then come on out of that one. I hope you enjoyed this aeriality shoulder stretch. Don't kick mirrors. And I'll talk at you guys again soon. Awesome work, everyone.